Welcome to the do's and don'ts of camera work. In the next few minutes, you'll become a bloomin' genius on a camera, and you'll be able to make anything you do look professional. First of all, let's talk about zoom and exposure. As you can see here, Pedro is lit from behind and he's all up in your face. To fix this, let's move him back a bit and light him from the front a bit so that you can actually see him and his face isn't all in shadow. Let's talk a bit about handheld versus tripod shots. As you can see, the shots done with tripods are more sleek and professional looking, whereas the ones done with a handheld are very hard to look at. Often, especially in a theater, it can be hard to focus on anything in a handheld shot. Next, let's talk about static composition, rule of thirds, and found support. However, while they should be used in moderation, handheld shots can be good. Take this for example, where moving Pedro off to the side, thus obeying the rule of thirds, and using a handheld shot makes the shot look more personal. This is another good example. If the flowers are the subject, then the rule of thirds works well, but having a handheld shot makes it look as though you've just discovered the object. Next, let's talk about leading looks. As you can see in these shots, there are objects that are either moving or are angled in such a way that they direct your attention towards what you ought to be looking at. Shooting your subject flat on or angled can make a big difference. As you can see both with this example of architecture and a person, it's rather boring to look at someone straight on, but when you angle it, suddenly your shot becomes a lot more interesting. Using the natural lines in your scenery is a good way to create frames inside your shot and bring more attention to your subject. Also, natural lines in the scene can be used to indicate your subject, as seen here. And last but not least, let's mix it up with some composition and backgrounds. One problem you might encounter is distracting elements in the background. There are multiple ways to deal with this. First of all, you can always just change the focus on your camera so that any elements in the background are blurred out. Alternatively, if this won't work, you can always try angling your shot differently so that your distracting elements are no longer in the scene. Thank you for watching our video. Be sure to be on the next flight to Hollywood because your fortune is waiting.